Hey there, kids. Welcome back to Sunday School. My name is Abigail, and I'm a teacher here at Community Christian Church of Moore Park. And today we're going to be continuing our story about Noah and the Ark. With that being said, let's just go ahead and start off with playing a game. So for this game, I will be giving you guys a series of animal sounds, and you guys are going to have to guess which animal sound goes with which animal. So there will be pictures as well, and you guys will have to choose which animal sound is correct for each audio clip that you guys hear. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, and now that we have played the animal game, let's go ahead and watch our Sunday school video. God told Noah to take his wife, their 3 sons, and their wives into the ark. When Noah and his family and all the animals and birds were safely inside, God closed the big door of the ark. 7 days passed, and it did not rain. What do you think they did in the ark for those first 7 days? Noah might have assigned to each person his or her chores. There was a lot of work to be done with so many animals to feed and take care of. Outside, the sun was shining brightly. The people probably laughed at the thought of Noah inside the ark with all those animals. Inside the ark, Noah waited and wondered. Had he preached the truth? Would the flood really happen? He knew it would, as God had said it would. He just didn't know when. Suddenly, the sky darkened. Lightning flashed across the sky, and thunder crashed with a frightening, deafening sound. The people had never seen a rainstorm. They began to shake in fear. Then, big, heavy drops of rain splattered on them. But wait, something else new and different scared them. Water was rising up from beneath the ground. Already they were standing in deep water. Noah was right after all. The people cried. He wanted us to obey God and go into the ark, but we only laughed. They rushed to the ark. "Let us in, Noah, let us in." But it was too late. Noah and his 3 sons could not open the door that God had closed. The rain fell night and day without stopping. It came down in torrents and flooded the streams and rivers. The water began to rise higher and higher, and still it rained. The people climbed trees and rushed frantically up hills and mountains, but there was no escape. The water rose up until it covered everything and everybody outside of the ark. 40 days and 40 nights the rain fell, but Noah and his family and all the animals were safe inside the ark. They were safe because they had followed God's instruction. They built the giant boat. The vicious storm raged on and on outside, but they were safe and dry. They were resting in God's love and care. When finally the rain stopped, Noah opened the window. There was nothing to see but water. No one could leave the ark yet. So Noah opened the window and sent out a raven. The big, strong bird flew quickly across the water. However, it did not find a place to rest since there was only water. The raven returned to the ark. 7 days later, Noah took a dove and let her fly out the window. The dove flew about for a short time, but she, like the raven, could not find anywhere to rest. She too flew back to the ark. Noah waited another week and then sent a dove out of the window again. Noah and his family waited anxiously. At last the dove came to the window of the ark. In her beak was an olive leaf, which she had picked from a tree. 7 days later, Noah sent out the dove again. This time she did not come back. She had found good food and a place to live. Noah and his family no doubt wondered when they could leave the ark. God had shut the door, and only God could open it again. Then one day the sun was shining very brightly. Noah heard a creaking sound. The door was slowly opening and swinging back wide. God had opened the door. 8 happy people left the ark and began walking on dry ground again. Then all the animals left the ark too. What a sight that must have been. Elephants and hippos came lumbering out. Lions, tigers, sheep, dogs, and cats came bounding down the ramp, bumping into each other in their eagerness to leave. There was a whirling of wings as eagles and other great birds flew off into the sky. And there must have been a lot of noise. Horses neighing, lions roaring, dogs barking, happy to be free at last. All the animals came out of the ark and hurried away to make new homes for themselves. Noah and his family built an altar, and Noah made a special offering to God, thanking him for saving their lives. God gave Noah and his family a promise: "Never will I send a great flood to destroy all living things." Suddenly the sky was lit by a beautiful colored rainbow. The colors were brilliant red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. "This is a sign to remind you always of my promise," God said. "Whenever you look up and see a rainbow in the sky, think of my promise to you." Each time we see a rainbow, we can remember God's many promises to us. What a loving God He is. Your guys' memory verse for this week is Genesis 9:13. "I do set my rainbow for a covenant between me and the earth." And I wanted to let you guys know what a covenant is. A covenant is a very big promise that God made between his people. And the promise was that he would never send a flood ever again to the earth. Covenant also means promise, just so that you guys have a little bit better of an understanding between covenant and promise. So I also really wanted to remind you guys that God took an interest in these people's lives. He cared about them so much that he wanted to make sure that they were safe and that they did not get flooded and they did not die because of the water. And so he put them onto this ark and he opened the door once it was safe again for them to come out. It shows that God takes care of every single person. He takes care of you and your family as well. So I really wanted to remind you guys of that God takes care of you and takes care of your daily needs, just as he did in this story with Noah and his family. So the first thing that you guys have for you guys' activity sheets is this little coloring page of Noah and all of the animals. So you can see all of the animals, and there's the rainbow and the dove as well. So you guys can go and color this worksheet, and it has our memory verse on it saying, "I do set my bow for a covenant between me and the earth." Bow also meaning rainbow. The next thing that you guys have is you guys are going to unscramble all of these words. So you guys are going to have to rearrange the letters to discover the word relating to this story. So you're going to look at all of those letters and try and unscramble them to see what they actually say. All right, so for today's craft, you guys are going to pull out each of your sheets that look like this. A pair of scissors, some glue, as well as your crayons. And the first thing that you guys are going to go and do is you guys are going to color both of these sheets. Also, just a note, you guys only, for this sheet, you guys really only have to color the rainbow, the sky, and the bird, and that's it. And then for this sheet, you just want to color the bow. You don't need to color around it because we're going to be cutting that out here shortly. Alright, so the next thing that I'm going to do is cut out your boat. You guys are going to want to cut around the outline of the boat. And then after you do that, you guys are going to cut out, let's see here, how many? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You guys are going to cut out 8 animals. Make sure you guys remember that there are some smaller windows here. So you guys want to make sure that you guys choose some of like the smaller animals. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out those. Alright, so the next thing that you guys are going to do is you guys are going to glue these down. So I'm going to go ahead and glue all of the animals into their spots. Alright, and then the next thing that you guys are going to do is you guys are going to glue around the outside of your boat, because we're going to glue the boat down. You got to be careful because we don't want to end up gluing the windows down. So you guys are going to have to be careful to get into the little small areas in between the windows. Then afterwards, you guys are going to align up your boat like this. Make sure that it's aligned properly. You guys are going to press down, and then now you guys can open up your guys' windows, and you guys will be able to see all of the different animals in there like this. And there is your guys' craft. Alright, that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope that you guys have an awesome week, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye, kids.